Hello, friends. This is Scott. I'm back out at my school garden finally at Blessed Sacrament Catholic School in Sandy, Utah. This is the garden I helped create 10 years ago, and it's now time for me to take the garden back over and to teach a gardening curriculum to the students starting next year. But we had to start growing vegetables now so that in the fall when they come back to school, we actually have something to pick and take to the cafeteria and have the students learn to prepare and eat. So I'm taking a quick look at the garden. They've done a little bit of weeding this year and moved some dirt, but it's got lots of weeds it needs some help with. There's a bed of strawberries. All these little black squares are old athletic mats that we had in the school that we've just used them for pathways. So I just got to lift them up and then weed around them and put them back. And it looks like they put some weed barrier and bark inside the actual growing areas, which I'm not a fan of. I'm going to pull all that out. Weed barrier is great in areas that you're not going to plant in, or you're going to put gravel or things like that, but they're not good in an area that you're going to plant in. What'll happen is it'll get ripped, and then you end up with weeds coming through, and then as you pull the weeds out, you just rip out the weed barrier. There's a compost bin and a storage shed there, and here is our outdoor classroom. We have covers for this, so when it gets really hot, we can have the cover and we can bring the kids out and show them where their food comes from. Now today I'm having the kids come out, the sixth graders today, and they're going to be planting potatoes. So we've got basically red, white, and purple potatoes. The smaller ones were store-bought in those little packages, and then some of the bigger ones I got at IFA that I had as extras, so you can kind of see the difference. There's a few that rotted out in the small packages, so we had to throw a few away. There's nothing worse smelling than a rotten potato. So I had a couple, but nothing too drastic. But we've got some nice sprouted seed potatoes that we're going to put in the ground with the students. Can't film the students for privacy reasons, so I'm just going to show what we accomplished today. Had the students empty the soil from one of the big yellow bags, and they brought the soil here, and we filled up these potato bins, which are similar to my plastic bins, only they're just a cloth material with a little Velcro to access the potatoes. And we planted in those 8 little bins, and then we planted in ground, which are the skinnier rows, and then we planted some storage onions in the wider row to the left. So that's what we accomplished in about 45 minutes today. So stay tuned. I'm going to get out here weeding, and we're going to plant a lot more stuff with the kids, and you're going to see this garden transform from a weed fest to a nice, beautiful garden. Stay tuned.